Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the update stream and welcome to the jungle. We got an update today. Holy cow. It is not often that we have such a big update. It is very often that FaceBunch provides an astonishing, content rich update. That is not a surprise. That is something we are used to month after month, year after year, over a decade now. But this one is something special. I got to tell you, what they have done here, we got a new biome. And this biome is beautiful. And not only do we have a new biome, but we have new wildlife, we got new monuments, we got new weapons, we got new building skins, and we got quality of life improvements as always, and we got some awesome Twitch drops as well. And so, welcome. Thank you for being here. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to do Miss D underscore that's me in chat, and we'll get to as many questions as we have the opportunity to. Also, before I get into it, I do want to preface with I am traveling at the moment due to some family affairs. I have been, to set a context, I've been up for 14 hours, traveling for 12, just got in, and I'm sitting in a hotel room with a towel wrapped around my face so it doesn't sound so echoey to deliver this update stream. So I apologize if the audio is not up to snuff or it sounds different. And I also apologize if I am not as on point as maybe sometimes I am, because I will be honest, I am overdone. But I am getting over the overdoneness by my excitement for this update, because this is a biggie. We got the jungle biome coming in. We've got new animals, as I said. We've got, not only do we have a new biome, you can swing from trees now. We got tree climbing, vine swinging. We got a bunch of stuff. And as always, this update does come with a forced map wipe across the board. The update is expected at the regular time, which is within, about an hour from now, hopefully less. And it will wipe maps across the board. There is no forced blueprint wipe, uh, but many servers do wipe blueprints with the monthly update. So check our Discord if you're interested on which servers wipe blueprints and which ones don't. But let us get into it. So, first and foremost, we have this luscious new biome. It's the jungle biome, and it is filled with this dense vegetation. It is completely like I am so impressed with the amount. It's not just like they added a new bush or two. No, there's all new trees, there's all new foliage, there's bamboo. There is a whole new realm of the map to explore. And it's not just like any other realm where it just looks different or whatever. It actually really provides the opportunity to shift gameplay in a big way, because this is a dense foliage biome. This is a place where you can hide all over the place. There's huge big trees, but there's foliage all over the ground. There's so many hiding places, and there's also some awesome monuments spread throughout. Now, I do want to say also, this is such a big update that I do believe if, and I don't have confirmation of this, but I do imagine that this is a first iteration that we will see iterated upon time and time again. So not only is it awesome to begin with, but I imagine we will see other awesome new things come into this biome. It opens up this whole new world into the game, into the maps. And you can see it on the map in a darker green. If you look at your in-game map, you can see it. It kind of looks like the forest, but it's a darker green, and it doesn't have as much distinctions between the forest biome as far as the in-game map is concerned. As far as size, it does look to be about comparable, actually. This isn't like some small little biome. It's actually about comparable based on the various different seeds we've tested. It looks like the biome size of the jungle it might be a little smaller than the other biomes, but honestly, I thought it was going to be smaller, and I'm glad it isn't. I'm glad it's bigger, because It is beautiful. It is a whole new realm for this game. And it features, as I said, monuments throughout. It is, I will say, a area for not end game stuff. This is not an area you can build clan bases in. This is not an area you're going to go to get high-end loot. This is an area where you're going to go, you're going to hide in a bush, you're going to maybe create some great opportunities to sneak up on some people and have some awesome sneak attacks. And then on top of that, it's an area where you might get friggin' mauled by a tiger, a panther. Watch out for the snakes. And don't even get me started on the crocodiles because those motherfuckers are vicious as hell. So we've got the jungle biome. It's got a couple low tier monuments that are new to the jungle biome, which include the zuggurat. I hope I'm saying that right. It's a weird word for me. And then there's like a couple other of these smaller little just points of interest, I will say. They have a little loot, and there's also new NPCs here with a new custom skin. It's, I believe, the Outbreak style skin. These scientist NPCs are patrolling the roads from what we've seen. And again, all subject to change, but you will find a couple scientist NPCs around, but you'll find this nice Zuggurat monument. It has uh, some uh, some interesting opportunities for PvP. We're not seeing scientist NPCs spawn in there, and it isn't a high tier loot area. There's no puzzles at the moment, but it does have a recycler and some very solid PvP opportunities and is great for some low tier loot runs. It's not massive at the moment, but this is one of the things that I have the feeling that uh, we will see changes to as well. And again, there's the smaller ruin variants, which are tucked around the jungle. And those are things like little areas where there might be a wooden box you have to climb up a thing to get at. There's a couple variants of them. There's even a water tower variant where it's like the water towers around, where it even has the water tower NPC guy and all that stuff. And it's this whole new world to explore. And along with the monuments, as was being shown off just before, we've got the tree climbing and the vine swinging. So the jungle is full of these new types of trees and new types of foliage. And some of the trees are these climbable trees that then have vines that you can swing from tree to tree on, a la Tarzan. And it's pretty awesome. When you get on one of these trees, you can climb up, you can swing from a vine, and then you have the option with the vine to throw it back. So, say if you're Tarzaning with a friend and you want to both swing from vine to vine, then you can swing and then you can send it back to your friend and then he can swing over. And then you can also descend down and, um, all that stuff. So that's a really cool thing. Now, the other interesting thing about the tree climbing and the vine swinging that I want to mention is the trees actually can be chopped down. So they're all kind of this network of like the vines swing to a specific space, a specific other tree that is a tree that has vines from what we've seen, but the trees can be cut down. And if that's cut down, then the vine swinging ability is taken away for a period of time. It looks like roughly 20 minutes, and then the tree grows back. When the tree gets cut down, it's left with a little stump in its place, and there is building blocked around it, like we might see with some other small monuments around the map. So, and that's why I say this isn't a place for building large clan bases because it's very dense foliage, and there's going to be these building blocked areas around where it kind of almost forces the environment to stay primitive, which I think is really, really a cool feature. And with regards to wood yields on these trees, it's basically what you would see on other trees. So it's not like a necessarily a mecca for harvesting wood. And in fact, the density of the trees is not as much as we would see in the forest area, but it is still a very dense with the combination of the trees and then all the foliage and vegetation and bamboo around. It's a very dense area where there's so many opportunities to hide and to sneak around and to have a lot of PvP fun. And so, with that, also, of course, comes the new wildlife. So, with that, we've got some new threats in the mix. First of all, let's start with the snakes. The snakes are an interesting adversary because they are very hard to see, and then not only like, so I'll just tell you, we're trying to test this, right? And you can do teleport any snake. And so we teleport any snake. I'm teleporting into a snake. Where the fuck is the snake? And then it strikes and then it's gone. And I'm like, wait, where did that go? Well, it burrows into the ground. So the snake will, if it attacks you, and even if it doesn't, it will burrow into the ground and disappear for a period of time and then come up somewhere nearby. And when you get hit by it, you get poisoned with some venom. And that poisoning slows you down for about 5 seconds. And then by the time you get hit, it's dashed away, it's burrowed. You literally can't attack it because it's underground. And it really makes it tough to retaliate against these things. And they blend in with this dense foliage. It's hard to see. It's hard to even find these guys. So that's a very interesting thing. And I love these new PvE elements that have been introduced in this. And it doesn't stop with the snakes. We're just getting started. We have, I was going to say lions, tigers, and bears, but we already have bears and and we got tigers and panthers. So tigers, these guys are kind of just like lurking around. The way they operate is very interesting. It's unlike other animals in the game. They clearly put a lot of effort into the AI, you know, just uh, oh my god, this is where the being up for 14 hours gets
One
me.
sec. Someone
Um,
said the DLC's out.
Oh, the DLC's out. Awesome. Well, we haven't even gotten into that, but that's awesome. There's two DLCs also, by the way. But the behavior of these tigers is very interesting. And the behavior, in fact, of all these new animals is very interesting. So they're fast and they'll ambush you, they'll strike, and then they run away. They dash away. And then if they kill either a player or another animal, which they will do, they start dragging the prey around and they drag it to a place. So if you go down by a tiger and you go looking for your body, well, it might not be there because the tiger might have dragged it away, which I think is really, really cool. And then there's panthers as well, and they operate very similar to tigers from what we were seeing. I'm not going to say exactly the same, but it's a similar vibe. But the panthers are even harder to see because they're black and they're sleek and they are deadly. They'll stalk you and they'll pounce. And then if they get you, they'll drag you away. And if they don't, well, they pounce and then they run away and then they come back. And as if that doesn't sound like a PvE challenge enough, well, crocodiles are also in. So we've got four new variants of PvE adversaries. And the crocodiles, I do have to say, are the fiercest from what I've seen because the panthers, the tigers, they'll pounce, they'll go away. The snake, it'll strike and it'll burrow. The crocodile is just like fuck you, I'm killing you right now. Like you are like it's you or me. It attacks and it keeps coming at you. It's tanky, it's vicious, it's relentless, and it doesn't back off. It just keeps coming at you. And then on top of, the tigers and the panthers, they'll drag corpses away, right? Well, the crocodiles drag your corpse into the water. so, and as you would imagine, you'll find them near the water. You'll find them near the rivers and stuff like that. But they don't just only stick to the rivers. They will crawl out and explore around, especially if there's some prey to drag back in. So we've got 4 new animals in the game, all of which are fierce in their own way, and all of which I think are really interesting and great additions to the game. And next, as if, okay, a new biome, new monuments, 4 new animals. Awesome. We also have 2 new weapons coming in. We've got, and they're perfect vibe for the jungle because they're stealthy and they are low tier, which is in line with what the jungle is, right? This is a low tier area. I also realized I forgot to mention other monuments beyond the jungle specific monuments can spawn in the jungle. We've seen harbors there, basically low tier monuments from what we've seen. And again, like this is subject to change and can be hard to test. We load up a bunch of seeds, but we're not developers of the game. We just report on development news and do the best job of it we can, right? So what we've seen is low tier monuments, depending on the seed, also spawning in the jungle biome. And then to accompany all of that, we have 2 new weapons, first of which is the blowpipe. And this is a stealth weapon, which has been in the works for a while, just like all of this, of course. And it's perfect for kind of these jungle ambushes because it fires darts. It's like a soft, like what you would expect a blowpipe to sound like. It sounds like that. It fires a dart, one fire, and you do need to reload. And what's interesting about this is there's 4 different types of darts to choose from. Now, originally in the development, we thought these were going to be bone darts. There was like a bone dart thing in, but actually, based on what we're seeing coming in this update, it looks like there's actually they're more wood based darts, which I think does make sense. There's the basic wood dart, which just costs wood and does the least amount of damage. And then there's the scatter dart, which is wood and stone based and is, pretty much like a water pipe shotgun, but quieter, I would say. It does more damage and you craft it with wood and stone. And then it gets more interesting with the incapacitation darts or the incapacitate darts. And that uses actually the venom from the snake. So that's the other thing about these new animals is when you harvest them, there's new resources that you get. There's big cat meat, there's snake venom, there's snake meat, there's crocodile meat, and things like that. So with the snake venom, you can craft an incapacitate dart, and that blurs the vision of whoever gets hit by it for a period of time. And then there's also the radiation dart, which I'll let y'all guess what that one does. Interestingly enough, that's just metal and wood, I believe, to craft. So there's no like radioactive element you need to put in it, but it does cause a period of radiation poisoning when you are hit with one of these darts. And again, and if we have the time, we can get into some damage specifics. But I'll be honest with you, the server update's probably coming out in the next 10 minutes, and then the client update maybe 15 minutes after that. So I want to get through, and there's so much in this update, so I want to get through the things, and then we can get into some more specifics if you want. And again, feel free as always to ask your questions, Misty underscore, that's me in chat. And she's tracking the questions, and we'll get to as many as we have the opportunity to. But the blowpipe, you can craft it for 200 wood, 1 metal pipe, and 25 cloth. It's a level 1 workbench and 30 seconds to craft. And then the next weapon we have is the boomerang. And this is another really interesting one. It's definitely in the primitive realm, right? Like as a boomerang would be, unless you attached a tacular nuke to it or something, but tactical nuke to it. Yeah, that would be the word. But it's a boomerang. And I think we all know what that is, right? You throw it and it comes back to you. Now, unlike real life boomerangs, which I've actually never really thrown one, but I just imagine it would be very difficult, not difficult to throw, but that whole returning to you thing would probably be very difficult. Um, this one, not so much. You just toss the thing and you toss it, it goes out, slight angle, and then comes back to you and you catch it. It's awesome. Nice and easy. To throw it, you hold right click and that readies it. That gets you like the aim ready. And then you tap left click and it sends it flying. And then just, keep looking at it and you'll catch it when it comes back, which is very nice. And then it also does have a slash mechanism. So if you don't hold right click and you just left click, then you can do some melee damage with it as well, which is a nice thing. This thing is low level, I believe default blueprint. Please let me know if I'm wrong on that, but 300 wood, 10 seconds to craft. Boomerang. Very cool. Very, very cool. And then next, we have Hunter Vision. And this is something that if you've played certain other games, then you'll be right at home here. You'll understand exactly what it is. They did a great job of like not reinventing the wheel with this one because some other games like Red Dead Redemption 2 have done a great job with like this ability to track animals and the ability to give the player the visualization of the path of the animal to a certain extent so you can track it down. Now, how you get hunter vision is actually through a new form of pie, and that is the big cat pie. So, if you guess correctly, you kill a tiger, you kill a panther, you get big cat meat. That is a key ingredient in crafting this pie, which then gives you this hunter vision. And with that hunter vision, you're able to see the tracks of animals. And you might be thinking, well, like, why is that? But I'll tell you, these cats and these crocodiles in the jungle are pretty fierce. And it might behoove you to know where they are and where they aren't. And what's cool about this as well is so it has, when you have it enabled, it shows the pathway. If it's a red line, then that is a adversarial animal. That's an animal that will attack you. And if it's an animal that won't, then it's a white line. And so that's how you can tell the difference. I'm actually surprised at the length of uh, the pathway. Like it really does show you like a long distance of where the animal was. And I know it's not exactly the same as Red Dead Redemption 2 and it was similar to another game, The Isle, I believe what it was. But it's unique in its own sense, but it's also like you don't have to relearn it. It's a really intuitive mechanism, and it's an awesome new buff that comes with a fresh pie, and we all like fresh pie, right? So that is Hunter Vision. And then on top of this, we've got two new DLCs, and that includes the Jungle Item Pack and the Jungle Building Skin. Now, this was a little ambiguous until just recently for us because we saw all these new jungle related items coming in, but we weren't sure how they were going to be packaged up and what it would exactly look like. And I'm still, to be honest with you, because I just got on, I just saw that it's officially two DLCs. Um, I'm I'm not 100% on the specifics, but I'll tell you what my understanding of it is, and I do apologize if I get anything wrong. Again, not developers, just fans of the game, independent organization, doing the best job we can. Do love and appreciate your support. But we got the jungle building skin, which is a stone building skin. It's perfect match for the vibes of the jungle biome. It blends in great and it's yeah, just kind of this mossy looking, kind of carved faces. And and as I say this, I want to once again just acknowledge the team at Face Punch for their attention to detail with the art and the beauty that they have brought to this update because there's so many new visuals. It's I can't really, and I've been tracking this stuff for over 10 years. And I can't think of any other update that has so many new, beautiful items and visuals. And the jungle building skin is one of them. And I definitely recommend you check it out. And on top of that, we also have the jungle item pack. And that's going to be a variety of jungle related vibey like items. What I can say with pretty confidence, not 100%, but pretty confident, I'd say 98, we got Obsidian Knife, and that's a sleek reskin of the bone knife. Oh, and of course, I haven't had a chance to look at the specifics of the. Sorry, again, I'm traveling and I literally just sat down after 12 hours of traveling and I'm doing the stream. So there's some new information that has come to light that I haven't even honestly had the chance to review yet. But there's some really cool stuff in here. There's wicker and bamboo barrels, there's obsidian knife, there's the AK skin, there's a rock skin, there's these interesting new shelves that go on walls and you can actually stack them one on top of the other. You can get uh, two or three on a wall. They can hold items like Pookie Bears or even small wood boxes and things like that. And there's also with this, I believe, some new emojis and gestures. And now, do we have any sign of the Coco Knight armor, or is that not coming in with this?
Yeah, that looks to be part of the DLC, the Jungle DLC as well.
Is that part of the Jungle DLC as well? Okay, cool, awesome. So there's also this Coco Knight armor set, which is a wood armor set, which makes sense, right? The jungle is a low tier area, and to have some low tier but um, very stealthy armor would be a good thing to have. And so that's another feature of the jungle item pack. So again, there's two DLCs coming out with this as well. I definitely recommend you check them out. If it vibes with you, if you like the look of it, which I know I love the look of it, um, then definitely check it out. The wicker and bamboo barrels, they're basically the storage barrels that we saw in the Frontier set, but reskinned. The shelves are a whole new thing from what we can see. And yeah, it's just some awesome items. And I definitely recommend you check them out. Now, next on the list, we have a couple other things, some quality of life things. You can see now when you have items in a powered fridge, it has a little snowflake icon. So you can see that they're getting, properly cooled. And that's a nice new little thing. We also have, with regards to bread, it now heals over time instead of instantly. So that was just a little balance thing that we're seeing in here. And then we have the leather gloves, which no longer require a sewing kit. And on top of that, they've been removed from the tech tree. So leather gloves are more accessible, we could say. And they also fix some holocyte reflection glare. And I also feel like there are going to be some other quality of life and miscellaneous fixes that I'm not mentioning that will be detailed in the dev blog. And I do apologize for not having the full, breadth and details on everything. Ooh, server update out. Look at this. Oh, right on time. A minute. Yeah, right on time. Face punch on point as always. On point update. On point launch of said update. Server update is out. Let me tweet about it. Oh shit! I didn't even put that our update stream is live. I didn't put that tweet out. Oh well, that tweet's gone now. Too late. Let's do. But server update just hit. And with that, if you're not familiar, basically how this works is first Thursday of every month, the update comes out 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST, but that's the rough time. How it launches, how it rolls out is we get the server update comes out first, generally about half an hour before, which is exactly what we're seeing. And then about 10, 15 minutes after that, we see the client update hit. And then shortly after that, we see the dev blog hit with all the detailed information straight from the source about what the update has. And so what we've just gotten is the server update is out, which means this update, that tells me this update is on time, it's on point, and within probably 10, 15 minutes, we should see this client update hit, which means the server and the update, which just means the whole update is live, in fact. And so what we're doing is we're updating our servers right now. We're getting it all ready to go. I would get your Steam library. I would close out of Rust and get your Steam library ready to receive the client update because it is incoming. And now back to other stuff because man, it's like hard to get through. There's so much stuff. I'm also so happy and proud and thankful to say that there's a new Twitch drop campaign called Local Legends. And this is a fresh campaign coming out with the update. It runs all month and it's all generic drops for the official server communities of Rust, of which we are one of. And so I'm very proud to have our large wood box skin going live. Um, with this, if you watch for 6 hours, then you'll get the Rustafied large wood box. It is I think it's a great looking box and it's very unique. There's not many boxes like it in the game. We've got our nice pulse on the side. We've got some nice glowing. It's black, it's red, it's sleek. I'm proud of it. And more so than I'm proud of it, I am thankful to Face Punch for the honor of giving the official server communities a drop like this because we haven't had a drop like this. And so Face Punch, thank you so much for providing and for honoring us with this drop. And it's not like normal drops because it runs all month as well. So it gives even more people the opportunity to get it. Again, it's um, every drop is generic, so you don't have to watch a specific streamer. Because also, if you haven't noticed, I'm only streaming once a month, so it's probably good that they didn't have it be a Rust specific. Because I would have had to be streaming all month, otherwise people would be yelling at me they can't get the drop. So you can watch any Rust streamer who has drops enabled and get these drops. They release one after the other. You guys know how drops work, so I don't need to go into it. But go to the Rust Twitch page, make sure your accounts are linked, and then after you watch for 6 hours, you'll get the Rustified box. And thank you so much to Zed Skipper for designing this box and for putting this together, especially on such short notice. So much love and gratitude to Zed, and just great job. I'm very proud of it. And now another thing, just a slight like server thing, and then we'll get into as many questions as we have the opportunity to, which might not be much, but as you guys know, premium servers were a thing that were launched last month. And premium servers, of course, are this new type of server that has a barrier to entry of having your Steam account be worth $15 or more for Rust related things. The idea behind this, and I feel like I'm speaking to a bunch of people who are like, duh, but just in case you don't know, this was to help combat the hacker situation in Rust. The idea being, FacePunch looked at all the metrics and they saw, the people who are mostly hacking have an account that is worth less than, they mentioned $20, but it's worth less than you know a lot of other accounts. And then the people who are diehard fans and more importantly legit players tend to have accounts that have a value of $15 or more. And so that's what premium is. And if you have an account that is worth $15 or more in Rust related purchases on Steam, then are um, you are eligible for joining premium. And we launched one premium server with it, and it looks like the premium launch went really well. I will say it's still in the early phases. It's not perfect, as in, I'm not going to tell you we haven't banned hackers off of premium. We definitely have. But I will say with a good level of confidence that there are less hackers in there because there's a lower barrier, there's a higher barrier to entry. And so the hackers are going to look for a lower barrier to entry. So, long story short, we're switching 7 of our servers over to premium. This isn't necessarily set in stone. If it doesn't work or something, like I acknowledge premium is a new thing. it looks like it's vibing with people. And so Facepunch was generous enough to give official server owners the opportunity to switch certain servers over to premium. It was our choice. And so our choice to switch over to premium was EU Long 3, EU Medium 3, EU Monday Trio, US Long 3, US Medium, and US Monday. So that's 7 servers that are now premium as of this update. Other servers are still going to be as they were. Nothing about these servers is changing other than they will have the premium tag and they will have that barrier to entry. So ideally, there will be less hackers in there. And again, this is a new thing. So we're going to keep an eye on feedback. Nothing is set in stone. If it goes really well, maybe we'll move some other servers to premium. If it doesn't, maybe we'll take some off of premium. Nothing's set in stone, but I I felt like, and we did think about this a lot, and I felt like this was a good move. If it's not, please give your feedback in Discord. Let me know. If you like it, also, that would be like positive feedback. I would love that. We generally only get negative, but hey, if you want to give positive, I would greatly appreciate that too. But it's all to say we have switched these servers over to premium as of this update, which again, if you're just tuning in, the server update is out. Jungle update is essentially almost live. The server update is preceded by, or wait, is that how that word works? Sorry, I'm overdone and tired,
Yeah,
so
you're good, man.
but we'll have the client update shortly. I don't know why I'm trying to speak so complex when I'm tired and I can't speak complex. So server update, client update, dev blog. We're at server update. Client update should be out momentarily, couple minutes. And what I'll do is I will pause, I will breathe, and I will say, hey, Miss D, do we have any questions from the audience we want to cover?
Oh yeah, we have a lot. So let's try to do a speed run. Do we have node spawns in the jungle biome?
Yes, we do. We do, yeah. I wouldn't say I've noticed them being particularly. There's not a lot of them, but there are nodes in the jungles, yeah.
How about cloth spawning?
Good question. Can't say I've noticed it, but I wouldn't rule it out completely. But no, it's not. It's definitely or anything like that.
Yeah, very good question. And I can't recall noticing any cloth spawning
No, no.
in the jungle either.
Is the temperature different during day and night in the jungle?
Not something that seems to have any kind of status effects on the player that I've noticed.
Does the map size have to increase to have the jungle biome?
It does. I believe it's just over 4K, maybe 4.5K to get the jungle from what we saw before.
So is this biome always on spawn beach?
I don't believe so. No, I haven't seen it every time on the beach, but I do know what you're saying because it does seem to be on one side of the map usually, from what we've seen.
Is there any places that has reds in there?
Not as of yet that we've noticed. No.
Is flowers spawning in the jungle?
Yes, I can confirm we've definitely seen some flowers. I'm not too sure about the smaller ones, but there are some flowers for sure.
Speed run. What map size is Rustafied running?
I missed that one.
What map size is Rustafied running?
I'm not sure. What are we running now, Bugs?
It varies depending on the server. We have a couple different sizes. To get the specific information for any server size, we have it all on our Discord, rustafied.com/Discord, and then go to the server information channel, and we have all of our servers there, and within each server, you can see the specific map size.
Perfect.
What is the FPS like in the jungle?
Haven't noticed any drastic changes. So,
Yeah, same.
All good. Very well optimized.
Yeah, that was one of my concerns where it was like, wow, there's so much dense foliage. Are we noticing like a FPS drop? But versus forest or other biome, no, not noticing. It of course varies depending on system by system. Also, I want to acknowledge what a good speed run. We've never had such a good question speed run. We got to do this more often. I got to shut up and let you guys go. So yeah, keep going. Let's do this.
We're gonna drop you off next wipe. All right. See ya. Okay, give me a sec. Is there any update on the global rendering?
Sorry, I had
Not that I've
a
seen.
cat in my ear. Yeah.
What?
No, not. I haven't seen any update on the global rendering so far. Maybe we'll see some news in the dev log, but as of now, I have no news on that personally.
Can climbable trees be cut down? Yes, they can.
And they respawn in 20 minutes, roughly.
This is a cheating question. Please, any update about cheaters on EAC? Because the cheaters now is crazy and they play on premium also. Looks like no different between normal server and premium.
Well, I'm going to disagree with no difference, but I'm not going to say that there are none there. There definitely are. And I think it depends on where you play. I have no updates from EAC on the cheating situation. I will say, so personally, it's still got a lot of, it's still got a ways to go. I do so appreciate Facepunch doing what they can and EAC doing what they can to combat it. I know there are like certain network changes and things in the background that I'm not going to go into details about that are also working to combat it. But it's not to say, oh, it's solved. No, it's still a big fucking problem. And also the premium server thing, mm, it's less than ideal. It's it's a thing that helps less cheaters be in the server, but I gotta say personally, like I don't love it because I don't like adding a barrier to entry of on my servers, and I would love a world where we can open a server to everybody and just get rid of the cheaters, right? But I understand completely where Facepunch is coming from with the premium servers, and I think if only just as a band-aid or something, and that's why I say with our switches to premium, this is open. This nothing is set in stone. It's open to change because yeah, I understand why they did it, but it's not a be all end all. It's not a silver bullet, and the hacking is still a big fucking problem. And it sucks to have to buy a game and then also spend $15 on DLCs to get a, I won't even say hack free experience because it's not, because hackers will still just, they buy the hacks, they buy the new accounts, they buy the DLCs. So there's a lot of work that still needs to be done by EAC specifically, because again, reminder, easy anti cheat is the ones who are and have been like literally paid by Facepunch to do one job. They have one job. They're not building new biomes. They're not adding new, no. They have one job, remove hackers. And have they done their job effectively yet? I assert they have not. Now, we've seen ebbs and flows, but we have not yet seen a proper solution to the hacking situation. And I look forward to a day where we do, but we're not there. And that's all I have to say about that. I appreciate the effort that Facepunch is putting into it, and I know EAC is putting an effort into it, and I understand and appreciate the premium, but I don't think that's the solution. I think the solution is proper anti-cheat. I don't know what it looks like. It's clearly not low-hanging fruit. It's clearly not an easy thing to do, and it's this cat and mouse game. So I look forward to a day where it's better, but we're not there yet.
Thank you for that. When I download staging branch, do I skip the client update?
I'm not going to say that that is a silver bullet either. I'm not going to make any recommendation on that. It can work, and but I'm not. I recommend um, that you wait for the update to come out and run on the main branch for the best uh, experience. But yeah, like staging is compatible with the update that comes out. So yeah, it can work.
Does BPs get reset when the server goes premium?
No, BPs are not getting reset just because we switched to premium. The blueprint wipe schedule is the same as it has been for our servers. And if you're interested, go to rustafied.com/discord and then check out the blueprint wipes channel, and you can see exactly what the blueprint wipe schedule is for each of our servers. But just because we're switching to premium doesn't mean we're going to wipe the blueprints on there. But if it is scheduled to wipe blueprints every month, then the blueprints will wipe because it is the first Thursday.
How is things going with the Rustafied stats?
Not as well as I would like. I'll be honest with you. I had some things come up personally, and I had some real issues with the development process. And I'll be honest. I started AI coding and started working on it myself because it was very hard to even find um, someone to properly do it. We went to one person, we went to one team, we went to another team, and really at the end of the day, I probably shouldn't have tried to reinvent the wheel, as there are other solutions out there. I really want something special. It is still a work in progress, but it is not where I wanted it to be and not when I wanted it to be at. And so I do apologize for the delay on that. I am reevaluating the situation with that. We might parlay into a pre-existing solution and just use all the metrics. We've done so much work on the back end, but bringing it all together into a product that I'm proud of and willing to release to all of you. And this is, I own this completely. This is a me thing. I'm a bit of a perfectionist with certain things, and this is one of them. And so it has been delayed. I am committed that we get stats and leaderboards out, and I'm committed we get them out this year, and I'm committed they be something really unique and special. And I apologize for the delay, but that is where we are at.
Why is it that people are allowed to join the servers already through the staging branch?
Ask Face Punch. It's just fundamental. And actually, don't ask Face Punch. I'm sorry, that was a shitty answer. It's just how the game works, right? Like so when they're developing, they have staging. And I'm so happy that this is a thing because this is how we are able to report on development news. If they didn't release the staging branch to people, not only would they not be able to test as well, but we wouldn't be able to report and let you know what's coming. So it's just a fundamental nature of how the game works. And if you're upset about it, download staging. I don't know. Like, it's not like you can't, right? So what are we talking about?
Do you want to do a quick recap?
Jungle, jungle,
Yeah, and more
jungle,
jungle.
cats,
Jungle bad.
cats,
More animals,
jungle,
snakes.
Tarzan. I've got a bad Tarzan.
You even
We've
got
got. Oh, I'm glad it did. I'm on voice activate. Ooh, and look at this. Our last servers are coming up. Okay, so our servers are coming up. We got the update out. We got them wiped. The client update is any moment right now. But yeah, to recap, we've got basically not only one of the biggest updates we've ever seen in the game, but one of the most beautiful updates we've ever seen in the game. We got a new biome. We got, ooh, and with that, client update is out. Holy cow. Let me update the whole thing and tweet about it real quick. But yeah, recap, go to rustafied.com or the devlog very shortly because the patch is live. But yeah, jungle biome, tree climbing, vine swinging, new monuments, snakes, tigers, panthers, crocodiles, blowpipes, boomerangs, hunter vision, 2 DLCs with a bunch of items, and all of them, like everything they've added is so like just great looking. Like, and the biome, the vibes of the biome is so cool. It's like such a cool addition to the game. So that's my recap. Oh, and some quality of life stuff, which is also always good to see. But we've got the client update is out. So I'm very happy to say this update is live, everybody. I'm going to tweet about it real quick. And if you guys want to rapid fire 2 or 3 more questions back and forth, feel free as I tweet. And then we're going to shut this puppy down and make sure everything's up.
Hell yeah, don't forget to get your drops.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We got these drops. We got awesome drops. And we're switching some servers to premium. So client update just hit. Look at that. Boom.
Choo choo, motherfuckers.
Choo choo. Let's go. Okay. So with that, thank you everybody for tuning in. Again, I do apologize for the sound quality and also my presentation quality. Because again, I've been up for however many hours and traveling for 12 and literally just sat down in a hotel room and did this. So I'm more overdone than I would say I normally am. But I love you all. I so appreciate you all. Again, we're not the developers of the game. We're just a independent organization who loves reporting on development news and running the best servers that we can. And we've been doing it for over 10 years now. But the only way we've been able to do that is because of the support from the community. So much love, gratitude, and appreciation to you all, to everyone who watches, to everyone who subscribes on Twitch, to people who give bits, to our loyal, wonderful VIP customers. Thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you. And so much love to you all. I so hope you all enjoy this jungle update. It's a super exciting one. This is a very special update, and I really hope you enjoy it. I know you will. And with that, also, Artemis, Misty, as always, thank you so much for being my co-MCs.
You're welcome, Bugs, as always.
Yep, you're always welcome.
And Face Punch, thank you. Like, wow, fucking stellar job on this one, guys. Like, not like you have amazing updates all the time, but this is something special. This is something special. So thank you, Face Punch. Thank you to the whole team there who works on this tirelessly and has for years, because this is a unicorn. This game is special. And to see something like this come out in a game that's over 10 years old is like, it's special. I'll leave it at that. So much love to the whole team at Face Punch. Thank you for everything you do. Much love to you all. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful week and a wonderful wipe. And this is Bugs signing off.